Harry is urged to stand alone from Meghan and speak against Netflix's Diana musical. Standing alone from Meghan is exactly what Harry has not been doing. So there's kind of alarm bells going off about this. Another one, this is The Sun, Betrayal of Diana. Betrayal. Netflix will screen SORDID Princess Diana musical after signing Harry and Meghan in a £112 million deal or $250 million deal. So I'm actually wondering if I've not seen previous attacks on Diana and her character before. So this is really a new thing. So I actually wonder if uh, finally people are starting to attack Diana because public opinion is turning against Harry and Meghan. It really makes me wonder. Let's look at this. So there's going to be a Netflix movie, and there's a Broadway show coming up about it. So in the show, the Queen calls the tragic princess a tart, while another scene sees Diana in bed with James Hewitt. I mean, they're kind of pulling back the veil. And it's interesting that Meghan and Harry just signed this Netflix deal, and I wonder if Netflix signed Harry to prevent him from immediately turning around and objecting to this. But this is a free world. We have free speech, and of course people can show this other side from another direction. Her former bodyguard, Ken Worf, tonight urged Harry to get the musical pulled. Does he have the power to do that? The musical also sees the Queen say to Diana, "In the old days, we would have had your head chopped off." The streaming giant is to air the SORDID show despite signing Di's son Harry and wife Meghan in the mega deal. So there seems to be a connection here, and we'll look and see if there is a connection. The stage show details the breakdown of Charles and Diana's marriage with swathes of vulgar dialogue and scenes of fiction. Diana squares up to Camilla in one, where another sees her kissing polo player James Hewitt in bed. Diana is also shown to self-harm after Charles moans about another boy when Harry's born. That's a huge red flag, self-harming. And, if she's a self-harmer, then there's nothing wrong with talking about that. She wasn't a perfect person. People are not perfect. The show was previewed in New York in March, with theatergoers promised a tale about a fearless princess who became timeless. That's true. However, a planned Broadway run was canceled because of the global bug. Yeah, nobody's going to the theater. All the theaters are closed. So there's 6 very controversial lines. Queen on Diana. 1, she's going out dressed up like a tot. Queen to Diana. In the old days, we would have chopped off your head. Charles to Diana after Harry's birth. Another boy? It seems you've ignored my request for a girl. Paul Burrell on Diana's revenge dress. I can't even repeat this, but it looks like he felt that it was too revealing. Dancers to James Hewitt. Ooh, I can take you for a ride. You'll dismount satisfied. Apparently, it's a very sexual dance scene. James Hewitt to Diana after she flirtily asks for riding lessons. You'll like my horse. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. Netflix is going to air a SORDID documentary about Diana. So this is a first. And so this is the latest chapter of Finding Freedom. This is Harry and Meghan trying to make it in Hollywood. A lot of the Hollywood elites seem to be fleeing the country. And, there's a lot of conspiracy theory about, them being rounded up for all kinds of heinous crimes. I don't know how much truth there is to that. But we do have Tom Hanks taking citizenship in Greece where he can't be extradited. And that seems suspicious. He's pretty old to be doing that. He's like 60-something. Will Harry speak out against the Diana musical? I guess there's no harm in it. But it does take, a lot of time and a lot of money to make a Netflix movie. Maybe it's more, maybe it's a documentary, it's more slapped together, but still it's going to be 6 months. Okay, and they've got a Broadway musical ready to go, and so they've been, about this, on the same topic, done the same way. So the Netflix documentary and the musical, the Broadway musical, are essentially the same. So there's a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of people invested in this. Let's take a look at Harry and this Diana musical. Let's just see what his feelings are about it. Oh boy. Oh, there's the devil. Center is no. He is really against it. Foundation is the royal family, 10 diamonds. This is his mother. So 2231 in the world, 8 clubs. So his initial knee-jerk reaction is no, he doesn't like this at all. That's his mother, and he's a member of the royal family. And he has a duty to protect and speak out for the royal family. Behind is Angel. This can be son, he's the son of Diana, or it can be, whether you believe that he was switched out or not, that's what we're going with here. So Angel is also, a really good image. She, as far as I know, I've only seen Diana represented as like an angel. And I've never seen a negative view of her, okay? And people who hold negative views of her, self-harming and having an affair with another man, these are not nice things. And they can be called out. So I don't know that the press ever, really raked Diana over. I just am not aware of it. I've not seen it. And I've heard, and maybe because I came later to the scene after her death, it's wrong. People don't like it when you speak ill of the dead. I came on this scene after Diana's death, and so I've only heard positive things about Diana. So she has a really good image. And Mother Teresa died at the same time as Diana, and no press was given to Mother Teresa. It's like, almost no press. She just disappeared. She was just gone. And there was just there was so much about Diana and her life and all the good things she did, and the sons, Harry and William, and her legacy. Hand in hand, the world, a lot of people in the world, all the people on the mind is, what are all the people going to think? Trinity, devil, scourge. So the devil's raging, very angry. 3s are building action, conflict with the building action. 6 and 11, 17, 5 hearts. 5 hearts is reacting to things. I think Harry is going to react to this. He is going to make a statement on this. He does want to shut it down. He's very angry about it. And he, of course, prefers the beautiful image of Diana that is, constantly presented out there. Because you can, I notice, in doing this kind of work now on YouTube, that the press does spin things. The press constantly takes a position, and they present things in the way that they want you to see them. That's the nature of the press nowadays. I don't know if it was like that before. They always talked about their objectivity. It's kind of a joke for the press to talk about their objectivity now, because they're clearly not objective. So a big question is, did Netflix make this deal with Harry? So basically it's one day to the next. They just announced the big $250 million Netflix deal, and then the next day they come out and say, oh yeah, we're going to do this sordid documentary on Diana. What is the connection here? Is there a connection? Was Netflix handing Harry and Meghan a whole bunch of hush money? Here, now you're going to work for us, and you can't say anything, and then the next day they come out and say, oh, by the way, we've got this movie in the can and we're about to air it, and it's all about Diana, and we know you're not going to like it. So what is the connection between these two things? Well, Harry's over here, so Harry and Netflix. Harry and Netflix. Is there a connection here? So Harry, Diamond Ring, we have a whole bunch of twos. Harry and Netflix are very connected. So opportunity, Diamond Ring, contract, another contract card, 4 and 8, 2 spades, 2, 2, 2. So they were keeping him in the dark. 2 spades. They didn't want to mention this Diana project. And oh, we didn't mention that to you? Okay, so they did want to hook him in real good. And he was very happy to take this deal. I did just read on this the other day. This deal with Netflix, this has the potential, the ability to free Harry and Meghan from the royal purse. They can be independent. This is the kind of big deal and money that gives them the ability to be free from the royal purse and the Queen. What's over here? Strength, deeply rooted and strong in the world, and lovers, a close personal relationship, 10 and 11, 21, 6 hearts. So Netflix is showing the lovers card a lot of compassion. Both sides are showing very nice. There's not a lot of trickiness, but Netflix has a business to run in the world, and this is what they do, and they're not being malicious. There's no tricky cards. There's no devil. There's no tricky cards. We do see Harry being very upset about it and wanting to shut it down. What do we have up here? We have a little bit of tricky. Fox business. Fox is the best business card. Another really good business card is Player. Fox and Player. These are 2 very good business cards. Fox moves the pieces around very publicly. Butterfly. So 12. Conflict. It's just business, man. It's just business. We love you, Harry. You're beautiful. We love you. It says Netflix. It's just business. Okay. Mercury, High Tower, 7 diamonds, Finger of God. It came from outside. This information came from outside. 18 and 7, 25, 7 and 2 sevens, 2 nines. 7s return forever. This is outside of the scope of their deal. It's a separate issue. It's a separate issue. It came from outside. It's just business, and this is what we do. And Netflix is kind of like Amazon. They kind of air everything, And so let's say, and Harry and Meghan, it's on the table that Harry and Meghan may make a Diana documentary. And I think they might really jump at this. I think they need to be careful. But Netflix shows both sides. They'll show the very positive documentary of Harry and Meghan, and they'll show the more negative view from these other producers. Let's look at that. So will Harry and Meghan jump at the chance to make their own Netflix Diana documentary? I think they need to be incredibly careful about that because Harry and Meghan have no experience producing. Okay, this is a really important piece. People will look at Harry and remember this forever because he is the son. Okay, so I think they should wait and do the Diana documentary later, a couple years down the road when they're really seasoned and they know all the tricks and they know what a good script is and they know how to cast actors properly and they know about camera angles and who the good directors are and who the directors are who are just high all the time, who they want to hire and who they don't. So will Harry and Meghan jump at the chance to make their own Netflix Diana documentary? Because now this is the platform they've been given and it's very powerful. And I would see a lot of people pushing them to make this documentary because they would feel that Harry's name on it would be a huge selling point for the documentary. Okay, so the son himself is making a documentary about his mother. So I would think there would be a lot of push, and I think they should really hold off and be take it slow and be circumspect and not do it before they're, they should do at least 3 other documentaries and cut their teeth and figure out what producing is and what it's like. There's a lot to learn. And just being royal, being a lawyer or being royal, and they're not lawyers, but lawyers think they know everything. I worked with a lot of lawyers. Being royal does not mean you know everything and you can just do everything. You still have to learn like other people do. So let's see, are they going to jump at it? Ruler, in charge, money, offered money. There's a lot of money in it. 21, no. Yep, 21 plus 6, 27. Cross. Okay, so the permanent relationship. Father or royals, deeply rooted in the permanent relationship and everything. So Harry feels that this is something that he really, really, really knows about like no one else. And I think the public would perceive it like that. He grew up in the royal family. That's his mother. He would know all about everything. So he has an incredibly solid foundation to make this, to do this project, this for the Diana project. But as a producer, as someone who works on movie sets, he doesn't really have that foundation. But he really knows everything about it. What's underneath? Water into wine, transformation, and the Great Lion card. A very emotional narrative. Woman talking about Diana very emotionally. He has to be very careful not to be too sappy. Okay, the problem with Finding Freedom is it reads like a 5-star review of a human being. That 5-star review of a human being is for Meghan Markle and no one else. And a lot of people are saying that she's actually blaming Harry for everything. The person closest to her, who has given her everything that she now has and has given her the highest place that she will ever achieve, she's basically blaming everything on Harry. It's almost like a hit job on Harry. Harry has to be very careful to strike the right tone, okay, in the same way that I think Finding Freedom doesn't strike the right tone, and it's being killed with lots of negative reviews for this reason. Okay, so that's the water into wine, and that's the 10 hearts. He has to be really careful of the overly emotional narrative about his mother and being too positive and not seeing her objectively enough. There's real danger here with the 8 hearts and the 10 hearts. Okay, there's 2 narratives about Harry going around. Either Harry is on his way out and he's really had enough with Meghan, okay, and the mask has slipped and the mask has come off with Meghan, or Harry is besotted. I want to know, okay, if Harry is because if he's besotted with Meghan, then he's just following her around like a lost puppy, which a lot of people believe is happening. And if he's really had enough and he's seeing things, the mask has slipped, and he's like, wow, this woman is, too much for me, and she's ruining my life, then we're not seeing the real story. I tend to think that it's the latter, but I just want to ask, and I want to see what the cards say. Is Harry completely besotted with Meghan, or is he following her and following her around like a lost puppy, or has he had enough and he's on his way out toward divorce? Is he besotted or is he on his way out? And another way to say this is Meghan is called the degree wife. Okay, it takes 3 years to get a degree. It's 3 to 4 years to get a degree. So, and that's how long the marriage will last, because Meghan is the degree life. She can't stick. She's a runner. She's, this is her second or third marriage, probably her third marriage. I believe she has a child living with the grandparent in Arizona, and that's why we're not seeing any of the relatives either on Doria Ragland's side or on Thomas Markle's side, and she didn't even want her father to come because it just gives up her secrets. Okay, so is he besotted, or is Meghan the degree wife and the mask has slipped? Executioner, cutting it. Paper, okay. The foundation this is a lawyer and this is legal. Okay, so this can be the divorce paper is the foundation. 5 and 13, 18, 5. I believe the divorce has already begun. The separation, the divorce has already begun. They're constantly showing us doubles. Okay, so he's not besotted. Okay, and I made it really clear, black and white, almost binary. So either he's besotted. If he's besotted, we're going to see very emotional cards. No. We're seeing the opposite. King of Spades is very negative emotions. The spades are all negative emotions. The energy reverses and goes back on itself. 2 spades, breaking up, separating, divorcing, sick relationship, divorcing, but still showing a nice face. So 10, 13, 4, yeah, breaking up. It's a bad relationship, and they're separating it, but they're keeping it a nice face on it. So Meghan is going to get that house. That house they just bought, that's going to be for Meghan. The MWX Foundation, that's probably going to be for Meghan. Harry's going to get rolled back into, hopefully, into the royal charities and foundations, and the Queen's Commonwealth Trust. Meghan will lose that, thank goodness. So Harry is not besotted. This looks to me like divorce in process. And Ace of Clubs can be the formal divorce document. Okay, so the foundation, yeah, I think the lawyers are already involved. That's what I think. Let's review. Okay, what are Harry's feelings about this? He's very upset. The devil is raging. Okay, he wants this stopped. The devil is raging. He's very sensitive about the image of Diana, because he's always talking about Diana. So he's really, really against this. Will he separate from Meghan and speak out against this? He should. It looks like he will. Okay, in the outcome here, it looks like he will. He will react. So that's probably good. We'd like to see him react. We want to see legit Harry, and that's why people loved Harry. Harry was just Harry. He wasn't, super brilliant or calculating. He was just Harry. He was just a good guy, and that's why people loved him. Netflix and Harry. Okay, was this some sneaky move to sign up Harry? There's nothing but goodwill showing here. Good, straightforward contract. Good energy between both. And Netflix is showing lovers. Okay, so they were really honest and straightforward with Harry and very nice. It's just business. This is completely separate as far as Netflix is concerned. This Diana thing, they're like a huge publisher like Amazon. They show everything. And they should. They should show both sides of everything. Whether it upsets Harry or other people or sugars or not, you should show everything. Are Harry and Meghan Harry and Meghan, are they going to jump at the chance to make the Diana documentary? Well, Harry feels that he really knows all of it, and he really does. That doesn't mean he can make a great film on it, and he has to be really careful about setting the wrong tone, too emotional. He has to be really, really careful, and he needs to cut that emotion. He needs to be more as objective as he can. So is Harry, let's get it straight, is Harry besotted, or is he on his way out? He's on his way out. He's not besotted. The mask has come off. Things are not wonderful there in Montecito between them. And I think Harry is frequently absent, and I think he's finally taking the advice of others, people who are not Meghan. So that's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe.